So listen, you guys, I'm excited today because I want to share with you a little bit, just a technique that I sort of started doing myself and that I teach other people when it comes to worrying, right? When you're worried, right? We're all worried about California, and we're worried about the fires, and we're worried about, many people who are in California are worried about their own homes and friends. So I want to share with you a little bit of just a quick technique. And I think we're all worried about something, right? Everybody's worried about something. So, what are you worried about right now? What are you stressed about? My guess is it's more than one thing. If you're like me, I come from a lineage of chronic worriers. Literally. I am not kidding. I grew up that way. My mother, God rest her soul, worried about everything and everyone. It was just the way that it was. And that's how I grew up. And so my mode of operating growing up was I have to worry about, I have to anticipate, I have to deal with what's going to come next. It's just the way that I grew up. And many of you may have grown up the same way. My mother, I remember years ago, we were driving to Disney World, and it was a bunch of family members in different cars. We all had those old CB radios, and everybody had their own nickname. So instead of using your real name over the CB radio so we could talk to each other in cars, everybody had a nickname. So I don't even remember what my nickname was. But I remember my mother's was Nervous Nellie. That was her name. And her name was Marianne, but they called her Nervous Nellie because she was worried about the driving. She was worried about storms. I mean, she was just known to worry. So trust me when I tell you, I feel you if you are a worrier. But odds are everybody out there is worried about something. So here's the thing that I have discovered and that I've put into practice myself when it comes to worrying. And this is sort of a bonus. This isn't even the technique. This is just something that I've learned. If I'm finding myself worried about something and there's not a specific action that I can take to combat that, to solve the problem that I'm worried about, if there's not a specific action or something that I can do right now about it, then it's useless worrying. Because now I'm just worrying about it and there's nothing I can do about it, right? It's totally out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it. So if I am in that state and I realize that I'm worrying about something and I can't take an action on it, that's the technique that I want to share with you of what I have learned to do. So if you're worried, and feel free to type into the comments whether you're watching this live or on a replay, if you're worried about something in particular. Put your worry out there because we're going to surrender it, you guys. So if I come across something that I'm worried about, and I think a lot of us, by the way, think the more we worry about it, maybe we'll solve the problem, right? Does that sound like you? Like if I just keep worrying about it, then somehow the solution is going to come to me. It doesn't always work that way. And most of the time it doesn't work that way because you're so worried about something that you actually are blocking a solution from coming in. So here is what I want you to do if you realize that you're worried about something and there's nothing you can do about it, right? So if we're worried about, oh my gosh, did I leave the stove on? We can go in and check if the stove is on, if we're home. Or, if we're worried about money or, something along those lines, maybe we can pick up extra hours at work, or maybe we can do something extra to bring in money, right? If there's something that you can do about it, then go do it because that'll help your worry. But if you're worrying and there's nothing for you to do, here's what I want you to do. I want you to notice that you're worrying, and I want you to stop and just completely surrender it over to the universe. All the worry, all the fear, all the stress. I want you to just literally stop and say, universe, my angels, my guides, whoever you connect with or talk to on the other side or on your team, your elevated team, I want you to say, I'm worried about so-and-so. I know this worry isn't helping me. I'm giving it to you to solve. Please send me a solution. Please help me sort, whatever this situation is out. I'm giving this over to you and I'm putting it out of my head. Now, here's the thing. You might be saying, okay, Tammy, I can do that. But like 15 minutes later, I'm going to be worried about it again. Or an hour later, it's going to come back in my head. What I have found that is helpful to me is doing it several times a day, and even doing it with sort of like a a trigger. So either an alarm on your phone, either every hour that, goes past, or I always say every time you look at the clock, how many times do we check the clock in a day? To do it repeatedly over and over and over. And you can surrender the same things, because odds are they're going to be the same things that you're worried about. There's going to be the same things that are kind of coming up for you. So over and over, you just say, okay, I'm going to go through my list. What am I worried about right now? I'm worried about this meeting at work. I'm worried about my business. I'm worried about paying my bills. I'm worried about my son. What's going to happen? Is he going to get into a school? Is he going to get into a college? He's dealing with an issue or stress or anxiety, or health. I'm worried about my health. I'm worried about my mother's health. There's so many, and you just literally say, listen, I am surrendering over to you the worries and the fears about this, my worries and my fears about this. I know you're going to send me a solution. I don't have to worry about this. I'm giving this to you. I'm giving this to you, universe, for you to solve. I will tell you, as you do it over and over throughout the day, you will feel less of a charge as you're giving over those solutions, as you're giving over those worries for solutions. You will feel less and less of a charge, and you will feel more empowered about the fact that the universe is going to solve this for you. It's going to give you the idea, because now you're freeing up your brain from worrying, so a solution can come into you, so that you can feel better about something, so that the universe can present you an opportunity or a person or the right book or whatever solution may come in to help solve your problem, because all those solutions are out there, but we're not letting them in. So I want you to try this, to do it throughout the day. I have noticed over and over again, and I've noticed with the people that I've taught, I actually just brought members, Elevated Existence membership community. We went through a spiritual reboot, and it was a 4-week class, and this was one of the techniques that I taught them. You will find that it's almost like, oh yeah, what am I worried about again? By the end of the thing, okay, I'm worried about all of this stuff. I'm giving it over. But then you're going to start seeing solutions come in, and you are going to be beyond amazed at the fact that, number one, you're feeling better, and number two, now I'm allowing these solutions to come in. This has helped me from constantly anticipating and worrying about everything, right? Because like I said, I come from a chronic line of worriers. It's just the way my family is. So I want to share that with you. I want you guys to try it. And I want, and again, I know you guys mentioned, somebody mentioned about the California fires, right? So I want you to surrender that to the universe and say to them, or say to your team, your elevated team, I'm so worried about this. Whether you're worried about yourself and your own home, whether you're worried about the other people around you, whether you're worried about family and friends, I want you to put that out there, but also put it out there with a prayer. So I would put it out there and say, please protect California, protect everybody that I know, protect, send something to help the destruction that's happening, to have these fires stop. Whatever we can do, whoever out there is putting out the fires, surround them with love, send them the energy to keep going, send the solutions to solve these problems, right? So you're going to push the worry out there to the universe to handle, and you're also going to ask for elevated help. You're going to ask for the help to come in to assist you and to assist all those who are battling this, who are literally out there trying to make a difference. So it's kind of a combo of surrender and prayer at the same time when you're dealing with a situation like that. So I just want to make sure there's no other questions. So thank you guys so much for being here and for showing up with me today. And I wish you a beautiful week free of worry. And I will be back here next week with you guys again. And till then, surrender, 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 and prayer. That is your homework assignment for this week. I'll see you guys next time.